Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into something really fascinating. It's this ancient practice, but still so relevant, of brewing for wellness,
Mhm.
for transformation even. It's
Yeah.
not just about, mixing herbs. It feels like a deeper journey into what our source calls healing teas and elixirs. It mentions everyday alchemy, which sounds intriguing.
It really does. And our mission here for this deep dive is basically to unpack that, how these intentionally prepared liquids can actually help. We're talking physical healing, emotional balance, protection, even spiritual clarity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and all the ideas we're discussing, they come from these excerpts called Healing Elixirs, Witch's Brews for Mind, Body, Soul. So that's our grounding.
Fantastic. So let's invite you, our listeners, to explore this with us, discovering the hidden power right in your own kitchen maybe, guided by this wisdom.
Exactly.
All right, so first things first. When the source talks about a potion, what do they actually mean? Like many people hear potion and think, fantasy novels or bubbling cauldrons.
Right. Yeah, it definitely has that connotation. But here, in this modern witchcraft context, the source describes it's much more practical. It's
Huh.
really, well, it's any liquid you prepare with a specific intention.
Okay.
So that often means things like teas or maybe syrups, tonics, infused with herbs, spices, flowers. And the key part is the magic, the focused intention you put in for a specific outcome.
And those outcomes are usually around healing or
Eh,
balance.
Pretty much. The source highlights supporting physical healing, finding
Right.
emotional balance, protection, like energetic shielding, or gaining spiritual clarity. Those are the main goals. And it's worth mentioning, while some potions might be for anointing or adding to baths,
Okay.
today we're really zeroing in on the ones you can actually drink, those healing brews for mind, body, and soul.
Got it. So within those drinkable ones, the source mentions both teas and elixirs. What's the difference there? Is one just stronger?
That's a good way to put it, yeah. There's definitely a difference in potency and maybe complexity. The source describes teas as lighter, more subtle, usually just made by steeping herbs in hot water. So they're great for daily use, kind of a gentle support.
Okay, makes sense.
Elixirs, on the other hand, are presented as more potent blends. They often bring in other ingredients, things like honey, maybe alcohol, sometimes for preservation, or fruit juices.
Ah, okay, so they're richer.
Exactly. Think of them more like magical syrups or, concentrated healing tonics, a bit more of a boost.
That clarifies things nicely.
Yeah.
So we understand the teas, the elixirs, the intention. Let's talk about the how. What do you actually need to start brewing? Do you need a whole lab setup?
Ha, no, thankfully not. That's one of the nice things the source points out. It's very accessible. You really just need basic kitchen stuff.
Like,
Well, a teapot or a kettle or honestly just a simple saucepan works fine. Then something to strain the herbs like a tea strainer or even a muslin bag.
okay.
And for storing, especially those elixirs, glass jars or maybe some nice potion bottles are good. Keep things fresh. Oh, and it mentions a mortar and pestle as optional. Handy for grinding herbs to, get more out of them, but not essential to start.
That sounds really manageable. So the tools are simple, but you mentioned intention earlier.
Yeah.
That sounds like that's the real secret ingredient, maybe more than any specific herb.
Absolutely. That's central. The source has these potion brewing tips that go way beyond just the physical mixing.
Okay, I'm curious about those.
Yeah, they're really key to making it a magical practice, not just making a drink. First up, and probably most important, setting your intention. Before you do anything else, you gotta focus. Really hone in on what you're trying to achieve, healing, clarity, whatever it is. Center yourself.
Okay, makes sense.
Second, choosing herbs wisely. This is critical. You need to know both the magical properties and the medicinal ones. Make sure they work together, and importantly, that they're safe for you.
Right, safety first.
Definitely. Third is cleansing your space and tools. Creating a kind of sacred space for brewing, maybe burning some incense, playing music, or just taking a moment to consciously clear the energy.
Nice. Like setting the stage.
Exactly. Then there's stirring direction. This is classic magical practice. The source says stir clockwise to draw something in like healing, love, energy,
Okay.
and counterclockwise to banish or push something away, illness, anxiety, negative vibes.
Oh, interesting. I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's symbolic but powerful. And finally, speaking your spell. Doesn't have to be complicated. Just whispering your intention, maybe a key phrase, as you add each ingredient.
Wow.
It sounds simple, but doing these things really transforms making a cup of tea into a mindful, intentional ritual.
Right.
It connects you deeply to the process.
It really does elevate it, doesn't it? It's not just steps. It's like an energetic recipe, too.
Okay, so now that we have the foundation, the tools, the intention, the how-to,
Hmm.
let's get to the really fun part. The actual recipes.
Yes. The source gives 5 specific ones for different needs. As we go through these, maybe you listening can think about which one calls to you right now. Let's start with the clarity brew. For mental focus, right?
That's the one. For this, you need 1 teaspoon of rosemary. Great for clarity and memory. 1 teaspoon of peppermint, that's for focus, gives it that nice cooling lift. And 1 teaspoon of lemon balm, which is lovely, very soothing and uplifting.
Nice combination.
Yeah. And you can add a few drops of lemon juice too, if you like. Just brightens it up.
And how would you use this one?
The suggestion is to sip it before you need mental sharpness, like studying, journaling, or maybe doing some divination work,
Yeah.
like tarot or something. And as you drink, the idea is to visualize any mental fog just lifting away.
I like that visual. Okay, next up is the heart healing elixir. This sounds like it's for tougher emotional stuff. Grief, loss.
Exactly. It's formulated for that kind of gentle support. It uses 1 teaspoon of hawthorn berries. They're really known for supporting the heart emotionally and physically. Then 1 teaspoon of rose petals, symbol of self-love, compassion, and half a teaspoon of lavender for calm and balancing those emotions.
Lavender is always so calming.
It really is. And then, to bring it together, 1 teaspoon of raw honey for that soothing sweetness.
And this is an elixir, so it's prepared differently.
A little bit. You gently simmer the herbs, the hawthorn, rose, lavender, for about 10 minutes. Then you strain them out.
Okay.
And then stir the honey into the warm liquid until it dissolves. Bottle it up, keep it in the fridge. It should last about a week.
And the ritual use.
Drink it during rituals specifically focused on heart healing. Or, the source suggests, maybe while doing shadow work, that deeper inner work.
Got it. Okay, what about protection? That's something a lot of people are interested in.
Definitely. For that, there's the protection potion. This one has a bit more fire to it.
Okay.
It uses 1 teaspoon of cinnamon associated with fire, protection, 1 teaspoon of ginger, good for banishing, courage, and 1 teaspoon of either black tea or rooibos for strength, grounding, and optionally a little kick with a dash of cayenne or black pepper.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, that fiery energy is part of the protection aspect, like burning away negativity.
So when would you drink this?
Recommended before, things like spiritual work, maybe public speaking if that feels draining, or just going into any environment that feels energetically heavy.
Right.
And as you drink, you visualize a strong golden shield forming around you, protecting you.
Powerful imagery. Okay, shifting gears a bit, what about physical healing, like when you're sick?
Yep, there's a healing brew specifically for physical recovery and boosting the immune system.
Good one to know.
For sure.
Yep.
This one uses 1 teaspoon of echinacea, well known for immune strength, 1 teaspoon of elderberry, great for colds and flu protection, and half a teaspoon of thyme, which is cleansing, and again, optional honey, about a teaspoon, for taste and extra soothing properties.
And the idea here is just sip it while focusing on getting better.
Pretty much. Sip it slowly, really focusing your intention on your body healing itself right down to the cellular level. Perfect when you're ill or just recovering from something, or even preventatively.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. And this one sounds really intriguing. Dreamwalker tea for lucid dreaming, astral travel.
That's the one. This uses some more specialized herbs. 1 teaspoon of mugwort. That's the key one for dreamwork and astral connection.
I've heard of mugwort for dreams.
Yeah, it's quite famous for it. Then half a teaspoon of chamomile, just to help relax you into that state. And half a teaspoon of either blue lotus or lavender. Both are associated with psychic opening.
Interesting.
And optionally, a drop of vanilla extract, which is sometimes linked to intuition.
How to use this one? Drink it right before bed.
About 30 minutes before sleep is the suggestion. And definitely keep a dream journal nearby. You'll want to capture anything that comes through.
Okay, good tip.
But, and this is really important, the source includes a crucial safety alert for this tea. Yes, mugwort is potent. You should only use this tea occasionally. It's not for everyday use, as it can be overly stimulating for some people if used too often.
Right. That's a very important point. Respect the herbs.
Absolutely. Which actually leads nicely into the next part.
More ways to enhance the magic beyond the basic recipes.
Yeah, the source calls them spellwork additions. Little creative touches.
Like what?
Things like using special water, maybe crystal-charged water or moon water to brew with,
Oh, cool idea.
or drawing sigils, magical symbols on your mug. Maybe incorporating candle magic while you brew light a candle with your intention. Or even just making it visually magical, adding edible flower petals or edible glitter, especially if you're going for like a lunar or fairy kind of vibe. Engage the senses.
But I sense a but coming. Probably back to safety.
You guessed it. Right after the fun stuff, the source gets very serious again with safety first. And it's hammered home.
Good. What are the key warnings?
Always double-check herb safety, especially crucial if you're pregnant, nursing, on any medication, or have allergies. Interactions are real.
Very important.
And absolutely avoid poisonous plants. It seems obvious, but the source stresses that not all plants used in magic are safe to ingest. Big difference.
Crucial distinction.
Yeah, and the bottom line is, if you're ever in doubt about an ingredient, don't guess. Consult a trusted herbal guide, a professional herbalist, or your doctor. Be smart about it.
Absolutely. Responsible practice is paramount. It's not just about the magic, it's about doing it safely and mindfully.
Exactly. And that's kind of the wrap-up message, too. The source really frames this whole practice of brewing as potentially becoming a sacred part of your daily routine.
Like a mini ritual.
Precisely. A moment of mindfulness, setting intention, giving yourself some care. With every stir, every sip, you're kind of weaving your intention into your reality.
So for you listening, what's the takeaway here? How do you actually start?
The final thoughts from the source are really encouraging, I think. Start simple. Don't feel you need to do everything at once. Keep notes. What did you use? How did it feel? What were the results? That's how you learn.
Right. Your own personal grimoire.
Yeah. And ultimately, let your intuition guide you. That inner knowing is so important. The source beautifully says the most powerful potion is the one made with heart, purpose, and presence.
I love that. Presence. Being fully there in the moment of creation. So perhaps the question to leave you with is, what potion, what intentional blend might you brew next? Woven with your own unique purpose to bring a little more balance, a little more healing into your world.